wife and I like to watch these old black and white movies. Lately we've been watching a lot of the old British movies, and they're really interesting. They're really well done. We were watching one last night, and this woman was on the trail of the killer, the real killer, because her husband was about to be hanged for a crime he didn't commit, and she finally confronts him. She tracks him down. She finds some evidence even, but he's on to her before she can get the evidence to the police. And it's a picture, so he grabs the picture, he tears it up. They're on a speeding train, and he tears up the picture and he throws it out the window. And she says, "It's too late now. You can't live with it." And I thought that was such a profound statement, because it may not be murder. Hopefully it isn't murder for almost all of us, but we all have something that we can't live with. We simply can't live with it. It's too painful. It might not even be morally evil, although all of us share in moral flaws and moral failures that we have done. But we have things that we can't live with, and this like accentuated it. This guy was successful. He wanted to maintain his success, so he would do anything, including murder. He had already murdered one person, and he wanted to murder more. It didn't matter to him. But when she said that, it was just so real to me, because I thought, well, you can say that to any of us. We all have something we can't live with, and we are doing a similar thing to him. We're covering it up. We're murdering that truth, so to speak. We're hiding from it, because if we face it, it would be too much. We couldn't live with it, and we believe this, or we have a misunderstanding regarding who knows, and who does it matter who knows? Because people knowing doesn't really matter. We feel like it does, because they can shame us, or they can ostracize us, or cut us off. But the only one that really matters is the one who really does know everything. And I don't say that to shame anyone, or guilt them, or have you be fearful from the big fist of God or something, because I'm in the same boat. We're all in that same boat of God knows everything. If it was about being fearful, well, he'd just crush all of us instantly right now, because we're all so guilty and deserving of death. So that implies something much different. That maybe the fact that he doesn't punish us and give us our due reward speaks to something that's more important to him, that he wants to know us. He wants us to know him, and that his mercy and his grace has been active in our lives virtually since the day we were born. Certainly since the first time we ever did something evil, which we all start doing from the moment we can think just about. And if you don't think that's true, if you think all people are basically good, well, I don't know what to tell you. You need to observe a few more things. Observe how kids act when no one's looking. Observe history in the world, and right now, we do not default to good. If you don't see that you're broken and in need of a whole lot of mercy, this ain't gonna make any sense to you. So for those of you who do know that, you can see the kindness of your God in all that. He does see, he does know, and he's patiently waiting in hopes that you, because he is the God of hope, in hopes that you would eventually come to your senses, for lack of a better term, and see that, wow, I have this creator who sees everything, and yet he doesn't go around punishing me. That's why we reject religion, because religion would have you think he does, which doesn't make any sense, because so many people who don't believe in him have what a lot of people, even in religion, would say are fantastic lives. They are blessed with all kinds of physical blessings, temporal blessings. And that's not what it's about. It's about getting to know this one who is so kind, who knows that you can't live with it. None of us can live with it. It's too much. So we cover it up. Covered up with all kinds of things. Activities, hobbies, addictions, religions. It's just the way we deal with things. And there's a universal answer. An answer for every single one of us. And it's so simple and it's so available. That is, he is so available. He's right here for anyone. Because he knows we can't bear it. He knows we can't live with it. He knows we're avoiding it. And if you just turn to him and consider that he has been showing you this kindness all along, just as he has in a big picture with all of humanity. But one day that's going to be over. And one day your life is going to be over. So why not turn to him now? Why not at least try to find out, who are you? What is it that is causing you to show such patience and kindness and mercy and grace towards me? Because that will lead you to find out who he really is. As I said earlier, that's what he wants. He wants to know you, and he wants you to know him. He wants you to know how good he is, how kind he is, how much he loves you. But you can't see that if you're too busy hiding all this stuff and bearing with it in your own way, and denying the fact that you can't bear it. None of us can bear it. None of us can live with it. But he can straighten that out. He can give you an understanding that will make you see that you can live with it, because you're living with the one who forgave it all. Not doesn't look the other way. He forgave it all by taking the burden for you. And that is such a relief when you can see that, and you won't have any desires to hurt anybody or hide the truth or any of it. At least to a certain extent. It takes a while more as you understand that, but that's the doorway. Seeing that there's someone who took it for you, someone who gave you the opportunity, the option to bear it through him. Because there's nothing you can do. There's nothing we can do to pay for the things we've done. We all know that. Doesn't matter if you did it in the 3rd grade or yesterday. You can say I'm sorry, but you can't make it as though it never happened. You can't fix it. But he made it as though it never happened because he chose not to remember it anymore. And that's the real forgiveness that we can't do until we really understand that the Creator did that. The Creator really doesn't remember it anymore. He doesn't have to live with it because he took it away. And that's my thought on old-time movies and forgiveness and such like and whatnot. In Jesus' name, amen.